So, what is EFT? EFT is a powerful yet simple tool technique, which stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques, which you most probably have heard it called tapping. Now, it's called tapping because we tap on various points on the face and the body. Okay, so we don't just tap anywhere. These certain points on your body are part of our energy system. Okay, so the energy system works alongside all our other systems, the nervous system and, everything else. So as with acupuncture, if you've been to, you've had, get my words out, acupuncture, they stick these fine needles in certain points of your body, the acupoints or the meridians. Okay, and we usually go to see for acupuncture when we're experiencing some sort of pain. Now, the pain, a lot of the time, can be due to stress, built up emotions, stress, anxiety. As we know, it can lead to physical symptoms, aches and pains in the neck, headaches, and much more. So by having acupuncture, they put the needles in the various points and it releases the pain, it releases the emotions which have led to the physical pain. Hence we feel more free, and the pain usually subsides. So this has been around for thousands of years, traditional Chinese medicine, thousands and thousands of years. So the principles of EFT are based on that. If you want a history lesson of it, there's so much on the internet you can look at. It's just getting more and more every day. But EFT, I came across this over 6 years ago when I was struggling. I was finding life very challenging for one reason or another. And I went along to the workshop, which Julie, who's doing this with us today, she took me to this workshop. I was very sceptical of, I didn't even know, I've not heard of tapping. So in part of this workshop, the lady that was running it, she was telling us about this technique and asked us all to think of something from our past that still makes us feel some kind of unwanted emotion when we think about it. So immediately I went back to a time when I was about 9, 10, 11. And I had this friend that used to bully me. I didn't tell my mum and dad, I didn't tell anybody, I kept it all to myself. I was just so anxious. Over time, that anxiety that I experienced as a little girl, I just pushed it down. I'd not dealt with it because I didn't know how to deal with it. And over the years, it changed and it turned into anger, which the more aware I got and the older and more wiser I got, realised what was happening, it turned to anger for this person. So I'd been carrying all this stuff around with me for over 30 years. Just pushed it to the back of my mind, as you do. I just get on with things. But little did I know it had been affecting me in lots of other ways, with adult, my relationships, friendships, in adult times. So that's another story. So basically, she asked me, Sally, the lady, she asked me, could she demonstrate on me in front of this group of women who was at this workshop with this technique, EFT tapping. And I thought, well, what have I got to lose? I had no, what's the word, faith, or didn't think it was going to work, but oh my God, did it. So she was tapping, and while we were talking about the stuff that had gone on, how I felt as a little girl, all of this stuff, I was bringing it up while tapping. And after that 9-10 minutes, seriously, there was no emotion there. When I thought back to it, it had gone, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I literally came out of that workshop feeling totally different and knowing I needed to share this with the world. So since then, that day, that's what I've been doing. She trained me in it. 6 years later, here I am now. Never thought I'd be sitting in front of a camera talking to you. about this amazing technique. So I became an EFT practitioner August 2014, and I went on to train in clinical hypnotherapy and lots of other wonderful techniques. So backtrack a little bit, sorry. So yeah, so EFT. Okay, so when we are tapping on these meridian points, if you want to just try it now, just tapping on the side of your hand and just really zoning into it, and you can probably just gently, you can probably feel like a vibration, like a tingle, or you know, when you're tapping. And what's happening is the tapping is sending a signal to the emotional center called the amygdala of the brain, and it's calming that part. It's like switching off the fight or flight, the stress response. Okay, I know that sounds crazy, but it's activating the restore and relaxation response. So while we're talking about this stuff that makes us feel this unwanted emotions and feelings, our brain's having this different sort of reaction to it, and it's rewiring, it's putting all these new neural pathways in his brain and all this exciting, wonderful stuff. But all that matters is it makes you feel better, and it allows you to release some of this stuff, that this emotional baggage that we've been carrying around with us for all of these years. You know, we latch onto these things that are bothering us without a second thought that we can get rid of it. Well, not get rid of it. We don't get rid of it. We process it and we release it. Okay. So that's what EFT is. Okay. So the parts that we tap on are all natural responses as us humans we go to in times of for emotional reactions. You know, it's like I'm doing now. It's like, oh my God. So those are two of the main points there. We catch yourself doing that, like, oh my God, you know, drumming his fingers, and so all of these points there near your temples. We do that, don't we, to relax. So they're all natural points. So this is the basis of it. It restores calmness to your nervous system, allows us to release these unwanted emotions, these trapped feelings that have not been processed, that have been pushed to the back of his mind, which is our subconscious mind. Okay, and it allows us to safely acknowledge what's going on. Like, oh, with all this stuff, what's going on at the moment, we're all full of fear, we're all full of anxiety, we're full of all of this stuff, and it's probably similar feelings to how we have felt before in the past. So tapping on how you are feeling right now is also going to allow past similar feelings, familiar feelings, to come up to the surface and release them. We're going to clear some space in his mind, so you know, we can make space so we are more focused, we can be present with what's going on without getting stressed, without all this anxiety, this anxious energy just taking over us. Because when we're in that state, when we're stressed, we can't think straight, we can't focus properly, we don't make, you know, as choices, we're just not thinking. So we're in his own head. So this is about being more aware, being more mindful, you know, because when we are constantly worrying and panicking about what if this, what if that, what's going to happen, and we've got all this uncertainty, it's honouring all of that. We're all feeling that all together right here, right now, but we have a choice in how we respond to our thoughts. So the more we can be mindful of where we are, where our thoughts are, and bring them back into now, as cheesy as it sounds, all we've got is now, isn't it? All we've got is this present moment. So we can choose. As body's always here, this is what I say to my clients, our body is always present. We cannot time travel into the future. We can't go back into the past physically, but as mind, mentally, we can. So we leave. So as mind's over there and we're still here, so we're not in sync. And this is where the anxious energy starts coming in, because we're feeding his mind with all of these what if thoughts, all of these, oh my God, I'm not in control, and all of this. So it's like, just breathing it. We're going to teach you how to use these tools and these techniques to bring some balance, to bring some calmness into right now, to be mindful and to regulate, so emotional regulation, to take accountability for your own well-being, you know, to be more present, to start to focus on better thoughts. That makes sense. You know, to feel better in this uncertain time, because it is scary. It is really, really scary. But if I let my mind wander off into all of that, I'd be a wreck. So, you know, it takes time, it takes practice. But if we feel the feelings, we've got to honour them. It's no good feeling all anxious and then, oh my God, what can I do? I need to get rid of these thoughts, I need to get rid of these feelings, and distracting and keeping busy and eating and doing whatever we do to distract and avoid and numb, because they're still there pushing in the back of his mind. And in the back of his mind, it just grows and grows and grows, and it will keep coming up until we sit with it, until we listen to it, and until we look at a new way to be, to feel, and let that shit go. Okay, so I want you to know that this is not all going to be serious stuff. Well, it is serious, but I like to put a bit of humour into it, because we've got to have a bit of playfulness and a bit of joy, even in these times. You know, because if we don't laugh, we'll cry. So I'm here for you, Julie's here for you. We're going to do our very best to help you to manage your emotions, to bring some calmness and give yourself this self-care, this much needed time at the moment. If you do have any questions, any comments, just pop below in the comments box, or give me a like to let me know you've seen the video. Private message me, whatever. So yeah, so basically that's what EFT is. There's been loads of books through. This woman is brilliant. Australia, so she's from Australia, Dr. Peter Stapleton. She just won Psychologist of the Year last year. She's doing so much research, she's doing trials, the resources she's putting out there is amazing. So the science behind tapping, she's doing MRI scans, there's so much. She's going into schools and doing it. So if you want to have a look her up, Peter, P-E-T-A Stapleton, PhD, brilliant. The Tapping Solution. So they are Nick, Jessica and Alex Ortner, a family who, again, they are massive in America. They've done so much. They've helped millions and millions. They've got an app, which we will share with you, so you can be tapping in between seeing us as well. So I have got some of their books, but they're upstairs. Another one of my favourites, Margaret Lynch. She's amazing. She does all chakra work as well, which, you know, that's another passion of mine. I'll bring a bit of that into it as well. Margaret Lynch, Tapping into Wealth. She does other stuff as well. We've got this one here. You know, there's so much out there. And then we do a lot of stuff like Louise Hay. She sadly passed away a couple of years ago. She didn't get into this stuff, I think it was till she was 60 years old. She died, I think she was 91 when she passed away. And she was such an inspiration. She loved tapping as well. So all this and more, there's so much. I could go on forever, but I won't. So yeah, thanks for watching. Pop me any questions below. And I look forward to connecting with you all pretty soon. But in the meantime, stay safe. If you know, you are feeling any of these feelings, we're all in it together, and just allow yourself to feel them. You know, if you want to cry them out, write them down, whatever you need to do, but we're here. And if you can just commit to yourself to tune in every day to do a bit of tapping, or there's going to be a bit of some hypnotherapy. Julie, I think she's going to do some yoga, meditation. Julie's also an EFT practitioner. We train together. So there's going to be all sorts of lovely, weird and wonderful things for you to get involved with. Okay, so I will see you all later. Bye for now.